So let's start off. Let me introduce myself as my name is Shirley, in case you don't know. Okay, so take out your notas, and then what we'll be doing today is for the first sections, I will do the not to say formula, the formats. I will explain the formats to you, in which for your SPM, the BMs, the kertas satus, kertas dua, and you will have a kertas tiga, which is a listening and the speaking test. Okay, but I will not go through for the listening parts. I will move on the kertas satu, kertas dua, how it's the formats to be. Then after that, I will go through one complete model paper with you, how it would be tested when you're in exam and how you should answer the question, how to present the answer in the exam. Okay, so if there's anything you may ask me. So right now, flip to your page 2, but before that, for this QR code for the answer of the exercise, okay, because these are model papers, we'll be using a model papers to conduct the seminars today. So the answer, you can get the answers for all the questions from this one, and also if there's any students from other zones which is not under Wilayah Persekutuan, then your novel, the notas for the novel, you may get it from the QR code as well. Okay, because what we insert in the nota is a Lieutenant Adnans, which is under the Wilayah Persekutuan one. Okay, so right now, let's look at the format. So for formats, PM, when they come to the SPM, from 4 and from 5, they share the same format. It's totally different from your 1, 2, 3. Example, it is like for kertas satu, it is a purely essay question, karangan. But when it comes back to like 1, 2, 3, kertas satu is the objective, and then your kata bahasa, then your pemahaman. Kertas dua is your karangan. That one is from 1, 2, 3. But right now for SPM, kertas satu ialah karangan, lepas tu kertas dua akan uji kamu punya kata bahasa. So for kertas satu and kertas dua, each papers it carries 100 marks, that's 100 mark. So for kertas satu, it's mainly on the karangan parts, but it has been split into 2 parts, bahagian A and also bahagian B, distributed into 2 parts. So for bahagian A is the karangan bahan rangsangan. Karangan bahan rangsangan, which means the short essay. The short essay, it means like within 150 until 200, the words limit. And that's for karangan bahan rangsangan, there is only one question, no other choices, meaning to say whatever the questions come out, you need to do. And it can be a formative writing. There is the format. So please remember, whenever it's a question 1, there is no other chance. So you need to be remembers for all the karangan format. Okay. And that's for bahagian B. Bahagian B, you will have options. Ada 4 pilihan, kamu hanya perlu jawab 1 daripada 4 soalan sahaja. And then for this one, this is a long essay, so it will carry about 70 marks. Since there is options, there is choices for you to choose. Meaning to say, we'll need to analyze each question first. How are we going to analyze? By using the technique. Later, I will tell you which technique to use. Whenever you're doing karangans, first thing first is to analyze your question, so that you can make sure what is the topic and what is the keywords to write for your essay. You will not write out of scope. Okay, and let's come to kertas dua. When it's come to kertas dua, it's purely on the tata bahasa, your understandings, and also one more is rumusan. Rumusan is something like the summary. So for the bahagian A, they're split into 3 parts. Bahagian A, B, C. Bahagian A, they will test you on your bahasa, sistem aplikasi bahasa. So there is 5 questions, and this 5 questions, the first one, morphology, what they will test you over here is the golongan kata, jenis kata. Okay, what you will be tested is the jenis kata. And also, bina ayat. What does this mean by jenis kata? For example, let's say they will give you a paragraph, satu petikan, and then they will ask you to look for the kata namas from the petikan. After that, you will need to identify which one is the kata nama, and then to bina ayat, construct a sentence based on the terms that you find out. And please remember, there will not be so lenient by just telling you, okay, what is the kata nama, what is the kata kerja? No, never. For example, for kata nama, we will split into like kata nama kata nama khas. And then for kata nama the general noun, we also have like kata nama concrete, kata nama abstract. Okay, so in exam, there is a possibility until they will ask you to this detail. Pilih kata nama, kena pasti kata nama abstract daripada petikan di bawah. So what does it mean by kata nama am abstract? Let's say if there was a kata nama am abstract and you choose the terms is like major, that is wrong. Major is concrete because you can touch it, you can feel it. Okay, this is major. So abstract is like masyarakat, negara, agama. You know all these terms exist, but you cannot touch it. This is abstract. So you will need to identify the kata nama am abstract from the petikan, and then by using the masyarakat, agama to construct a sentence, bina ayat. So this is what it will be tested in the morphology. Then the next one is a syntaxis. Syntaxis that will test you on your struktur ayat. Struktur ayat. For example, struktur ayat what you will have is like ayat sungsang, ayat biasa, ayat majmur, ayat tunggal, ayat adjective, ayat passive, ayat adjective, ayat active, ayat passive. Okay, so this is the struktur ayat. Okay, everything's under this is sentences. Then the third one is penyuntingan. Penyuntingan in Malays we call, penyuntingan in English we call edit. Okay, edit. So why do you need edit? Because there is mistake. For example, there is 4 categories under this penyuntingan. What you have is kesalahan ejaan, kesalahan imbuhan, kesalahan tata bahasa, kesalahan istilah. Ejaan is spelling, imbuhan is like ber, tata bahasa is grammar, istilah it means kosakata, vocabulary. Okay, istilah it means vocabulary. It means that the entire term it is wrong, you will need to change it accordingly to the most appropriate term to be used in a sentence. Okay, this is istilah. Then the next one. Next one is BMS, Bahasa Melayu Standards. Okay, Bahasa Melayu Standards is a brand new thing for you when you come to Form 4 because you never learned that in Form 1, 2, 3. It's basically like the Bahasa Klasik, the terms that were used in when pada zaman dahulu. Okay, the Bahasa Klasik, you need to translate it to Bahasa Melayu Standards. Bahasa Melayu Standards, which is the terms that you are using right now. So for all the pertikans, umums, everything, the Malays that you are able to understand, this is Bahasa Melayu Standard. So this part is all about translation. So this part is about translation. Yes. Example like harta, makal, it means like seterusnya, kemudian, lalu, or this. Yeah, this is the BMS part. Okay, so they will also like to use the bahasa istana included. Bertita, it means berkata. Okay, so this is a translation part. Actually, this part is very easy. Why do I say so? It is because that they will extract a part from the prosa traditional and then to make it as an exam question. And you will only have one prosa traditional in Form 4 and the other prosa traditional in Form 5. Prosa is means story, cerita. So basically, as long as you understand the storyline, the jalan cerita for your Form 4 prosa traditional, Form 5 prosa traditional, and you're familiar, so you know all the watak that's in the particular story, then it is not that hard because you know what's happening. So even so, when it's come to exam, they extract the part, you look at the parts, then you can automatically relate what's happening. Then you are able to do the translation. Later, I will teach you the technique. Okay, techniques how you should do the BMS. Then after that is the peribahasa. Peribahasa, they will usually come with the peribahasas in your textbook. Okay, if you really wanted to score on this part, that is textbook, refers to your textbook. Okay, all right, and let's come to bahagian B. Bahagian B, which is the pemahaman. Okay, bahagian B, which is the pemahaman. So for this part, there is total 3 questions, 6, 7, and question number 8. Question number 8 is a novel question. So for the 6 and 7, they will have like either pertikans umum. Pertikans umum is means like petikan modern. The other one is concepts. What does this mean by petikan modern, which is using the normal BM Bahasa Melayu Standards and also the article it is from like Dewan's Bahasa dan Pustaka. Sometimes it may also come from the internet. Okay, like a current issue that we're discussing. But then for concepts it is like, you know, so we have like sajak, syair, gurindam, seloka, Japan drama, that is a book. One is your novel, the other one is the Comsas book. Yes, that will come up from that book. Okay, the Comsas. But then for your pemahaman, there will usually for each questions they got 2 bahan. So like dua petikan umum. Okay, dua petikan umum. And also the other one is the Comsas. And then I reply to you later. And then for the Comsas, I cannot say you can give up on that. Why? Because there is 2 bahans. One bahan is from the Comsas, and then the other bahan, sometimes it may come from Comsas, but sometimes they will come from the DPP. Okay, usually it will come from the DPP. Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka. So the other Comsas, you will never learn that before because it's from DPP. Okay, so for this part, how are you going to do that is that they will have soalan berdasarkan petikan and also kebat. Later, I will teach you on that's how are you going to answer and what is the techniques for that. And then, but they help me to cross over the prosa traditional. Because prosa traditionals will only come out in the BMS part. Okay, prosa traditionals will come out in the BMS, so it will not come out here. Then for the novel, oh yeah, for the novels, you may refer to the notas, the Lieutenant Anand's notas in the seminar because it is in a point form. So we are learning the Lieutenant Anand this week and next week for our usual class. That one you can get all the information from the QR codes, but for the seminar parts, we make it in a point form, so it's easiest for you to do the revisions. Remember, you read that out. Then also this part. For this part, you will have 2 types of questions. Novel is split into 2, 4 marks and 6 marks. So for the 4 marks, it's berdasarkan petikan. This would be like a soalan Comsas. Why berdasarkan petikans? You're able to get the answers from the petikans, and then the other one is kebat. In which sometimes they will ask you to think your own, not to say your own idea, you need to relate because you need to provide the contours and the buktis from the Jalan Cerita as well. You will need to provide that. But it's no longer be like, okay, what is the nilai and what is the pengajaran? Okay, no such questions anymore in your SPL levels. No such questions anymore. It will requires more thinkings in the SPL level. Okay, the last one. The last part is a compulsory questions, rumusan, which is like a summary. Okay, rumusan, which is like a summaries for that. So for this one, in total, there is 30 marks. So minimum, you will need to get about 25. And later, we'll go through one rumusan. I will teach you about the techniques in terms of what you need to take notes and also how you're going to present the entire answer. I will give you templates of your answers that how you should do the rumusans. You just need to fill in the blank, but please remind me to do so. Rumusans, it will be on the last part. Okay, rumusans will be on the last part. Give me a moment now. Students. Okay. Okay, then we look to the next one. The next one is the lisan. I can give you a brief introductions for the lisan. Listens, they will have 2 parts. One is a speaking test, the other one is the listening test. Listening test is just like they will broadcasting videos, radios, and then you just listen it and then you just do it. But as for bertutur is means speakings, they will have 2 individuals and a group one. Individuals and the group ones, same thing actually. They will give a thema, a topic, and then you just say it up. It is like how you do your karangan. Okay, so basically this is like how you do your karangan. For your first exam, the full paper exam, your teachers will not really focus on this one. Usually on the last exams, yes. So I will not touch anything about this first. We shall move on to the paper 1, which is a kertas 1 and kertas 2. Okay, kertas 1 and also kertas 2. All right, move on. Serba mula and kalakian. Okay, serba mula is something like when you start up a sentence, pertama-tama, okay, it's like when you start up something, and then kalakian, it is like seterusnya, kemudian, lalu, because lalu you can use in the middle of a sentence as well, just like hatta and maka. Hatta and maka, if you look at the BMS, If they use it as the beginnings of a sentence, then you will need to replace with kemudian or seterusnya. But if you use it in the middle of a sentence, if you notice that the makan hatta, it appears in the middle of a sentence, then you will need to use lalu to replace it. So that's the difference like that. Okay, sebab mula-mula is means like beginning of it. Okay, so for this one, I will not really focus on that for the listening test. So right now, before we start our model papers, a full model papers that how you should answer in exam, let us do this first, the kata kunci. Because for kata kunci, it's the importance when you do your karangan and also the rumusan. Okay, FCUK. Hey, I saw some names very familiar. So guys, what is FCUK? Do you still remember? Do you still remember what is this FCUK? No lah, wait. When we do the karangan, what's that? When we do the karangan and we got no kata kunci, remember? Yeah. Okay, so F, it means like factor. C is a cara. U is usaha. And K is kesan. Yes, exactly. K is kesan. But you see, actually last time we teach students about KFC, which is the kesan, factor, cara. Cara and usaha, they are the same things. Because KFC people cannot remember, but this one they can remember war. So you know the reason lah. Right. So for the FCUK, you remember first, latest when it's come to rumusan, I will teach you about that. Okay, so the next one. Right now, what we need to do is the synonym. For factor, what is the synonym that we have every time when you do your karangans or the rumusan? Okay, factor the synonym, which is like the perkataan yang sama maksud that is only two, sebab and also punca. Sebab and punca. And then for cara usaha, any ideas, guys? Do you still remember any ideas that is a synonym or perkataan yang sama masuk dengan cara dan juga usaha? Langkah, exactly. And then tindakan. What else? Pendekatan. Okay, pendekatan this term, it will always come in the rumusan, so you will need to take notes. Okay, Ken. Strategy. Teknik. Okay, cadangan. Jalan. Also, kaedah. This is all a synonym. Okay, then the next one, when it's come to kesan. Kesan, any ideas? What is the synonym that you will have? Start with A, akibat. Yes, correct. Impact, and also one more. Also start with I. Any idea? Implikasi, exactly, link. So this is implikasi. Okay, for the kebaikans, actually, we shall not give you that three, but we accidentally included in. So yeah, kesan positif, manfaat, faedah, it means benefits. All of it is kebaikan. And then what else we have is like kelebihan, kemaslahatan. Kemaslahatan is also one of it. And also maybe you will have one more is kepentingan. Yes, initiative, it can be. Okay, initiative, it can be. Okay, and then for this one. Kepentingan. Can kepentingan be kebaikan? Yes, it can be kebaikan. Why? You need to understand that kepentingan is means importance. Why is it important? It is because it will bring us benefits. That's why it is important. Okay, although it means importance. That's why kepentingan is also one of the kebaikan because it will bring us benefits. So it is important. Keburukan. Okay, keburukan is what we have here. Example, kesan negatif. Kekurangan, kelemahan, and one more, we call kebobrokan. What it means by kebobrokan? Kebobrokan it means like menghapuskan, merosakkan. Bobrok it means menghapuskan, merosakkan. So it also means like keburukan, the bad side. Peranan it means the role. What is the role of them? Which is what is their responsibility. So the tanggung jawab, tugas, perwatakan. Perwatakan, the characteristic, what they need to do. Okay, then we have the masalah. Masalah, it means problems, right? So for problems, we have like obstacles, rintangan, halangan, kemelut, kekangan, dugaan. Dugaan, it means uncertainty. Okay, dugaan, it means uncertainty. So for these uncertainties, we'll usually refer to the bad side. Okay, the bad outcome. And also, teacher, can we use cabaran? For cabaran, I cannot say it is wrong, but please take notes. Cabaran, sometimes when you look at the question, it can be a good one or it can be a bad one, positive or negative. So you will need to look at the topic. Ciri-ciri, it means a characteristic. We have like sifat, criteria, unsur, aspect, tanda. This is the criteria. Fungsi, function, kegunaan. Last one, panduan, guidance. If it's guidance, then we have like petunjuk, rujukan, bimbingan, standard, tip. So this is all the synonym. Okay, remember this is all the synonym for your reference. Whenever you look at that in your class, I mean like in the exams, no matter it's a karangan questions or maybe the rumusan question, then you know what you can write for that. Okay. All right. So this is like a introductions part. Okay. So the next one, we will start our model paper, how we should answer. So for the first part is the kertas satu, which is the karangan. So I will go through with you for the techniques on how we should analyze the question, go through all the questions to find out the topic, kata kunci, and the format. Then after that, I will go through with you the techniques for each paragraph, which is like pendahuluan, how you can write, isi, how you can write, and also the penutup, the last one. Okay, so look at this one up. Next one up. For your kertas satu, which is the short essay, karangan bahan rangsangan, bagian A, how many marks is like 30 marks, ma? So the words limit is 150 until 200. Minimum is 150, maximum is 200. So how many paragraphs you need to write for this one? 4 to 5. Why is it 4 to 5? It's mean 2 to 3 easy. Normally, we write 5 perangan because you will start with your pendahuluan and then isi then your penutup. But some of the school teachers that will require the students to write 4 paragraphs, which means that only 2 isi. They want you to explain more. Okay, they want you to explain more. And remember, maximum is 200. Okay. So every time when you do karangan, the first step first is to identify the technique. Okay, you need to semak first. Semak TKKF. And what is this TKKF? Topic, kata kunci, format. Topic, kata kunci, and the format. Could we have more than 3 EC? Not encourage you to have more than 3 ECs for bahagian A, the short essay. You can have that in your bahagian B, the long essay. While bahagian A, the minimum words is only 200. If you write about 4 EC, then each paragraph is 50 words. If you write about 4 EC, like 5 paragraphs, then it will be like 40. Yes. So imagine that if you have like more than 3 EC, it means 4 EC. 4 EC pendahuluan penutup, you got no capacity to explain much and in details for your EC. You just touch and go. So this is not a good thing. You need to really explain your EC, your huraian and the penjelasan, so that your teachers are able to give you the marks. Okay, so not about touch and go only. So it's not encouraged for you to have more than 3 ECs for short essay. Okay, all right. So for this one, the topic, kata kunci, and formats, how are we going to do that? For each question, you will need to analyze first. Let's say for this question, the format, the first sentence, they just told us that maklumat di bawah berkaitan dengan pemimpin negara. Why there is maklumat di bawah? Because this one is a karangan bahan rangsangan. Rangsangan, it means stimulates. Okay, you will need to think of your idea. And the bahan here, it means material. It means that for this question, for sure they will give you bahan, either in a graphic one, or maybe the sajak, or maybe the puisi, whatsoever, they will give you bahan. So they told you that, okay, the below materials maklumat information is related to the pemimpin negara. Huraikan pendapat Anda tentang pemimpin negara, panjangnya huraian, hendaklah antara 150 hingga 200. Okay. So from here, I know that for the topic, for the karangan, is pemimpin negara. And that's for the formats, there is no specific formats because they're just asked us to panjangnya huraian. There is no specific format. How about the kata kunci? Whenever your question, they never mention specifically what they want you to write for the kata kunci. What you do is to consider the FCUK. Is that they want us to write the faktor, cara, usaha, or the kesan? From here, we do know mah, there is still bahan mah. Okay, cikgu besar sungguh jasa pemimpin negara kita. Jasa is means a contribution, sumbangan. Benar Saiful, pemimpin kita telah berjuang untuk membebaskan negara daripada penjajah. Kita patut menghargai jasa mereka. So we need to be appreciate their contribution. And remember, our guidelines, general guidelines, when there is no kata kunci, we will use the FCUK. So from here, it means that since there is no specific, and then we just apply the general, iti the FCUK, faktor, cara, usaha, and the kesan. Patut menghargai jasa mereka. We should and we need to appreciate their contribution. So this will be the cara. Cara menghargai. So from here, we know that C is our kata kunci. It means cara. Full stop. So for this question, it's about pemimpin negara, and the easy parts, we need to write the cara, the method, how it's going to remember and not to forget the contributions, what we need to do. For example, pihak sekolah harus mentingkan mata pelajaran seperti sejarah. Okay, so that students are able to learn about our leadership, our leaders, and also maybe the kerajaan, they should like menyambut Hari Kemerdekaan bersama-sama dengan anak-anak Malaysia, so that we are aware of who got us the merdeka. Everything's over there. Okay, so this is the TKK. And F, there is no F up. All right, so we look at the next one. Until here can follow up. Anything, please ask me up. Look at the next one. We apply the TKKF because I want you to be familiar with the TKKF technique. Whenever you do karangans, for sure you will need to apply this one, and you will have a better understanding and also the scope of what to write, so that it can avoid you from out of topic. Okay, for question B, Bahagian B. So for bahagian B, right, basically what you need to take note is about the words limit and how many paragraphs. Minimum 350, maximum is 500. So for here, how many paragraphs for this one? 5 to 6. It means 4 to 5 easy. 3 to 4 easy. For this one, if you write 5 paragraphs, it means pendahuluan, isi, and then penutup. So you have 3 isi. If it's 6 paragraphs, same things for sure. You have a pendahuluan and a penutup. So the middle part, the content part, it will be your isi. So that is 4 isi. Okay. And then, how many words? Minimum 350, maximum 500 are 4 choices. 4 pilihan. 4 pilihan semua daripada domains yang berlainan. So for the first one, okay. In your exam, this is just the questions only. This is maklumat tambahan. This is soalan. Okay, maklumat tambahan and soalan. And every time read your soalan, then only read your maklumat tambahan. Always read your soalan first. From the soalan itself, you will be able to find out the TKKF. Let's see ya. Petikan berita di atas memaparkan bahanan kencing tikus yang hampir membawa bahaya kepada manusia. Berbagai kesan yang boleh terjadi daripada pembawa vektor berbahaya ini. Pembawa vektor, which means people that would bring around the viruses with them. Tulis sebuah rencana tentang cegah sebelum parah, hapuskan vektor berbahaya. So you notice that this is actually a domain called penyakit. Okay, so for this one, penyakit, because for all the questions they will have a certain category we call domains, whether this is domains from awam, domains from pendidikan, domains from peribadi. Peribadi is means private. Penyakit, then it will become the awam. Okay, so for this question, tulis sebuah rencana. Rencana, it means article. This is the format. Kata kunci and topik. Cegah sebelum parah, hapuskan vektor berbahaya. Cegah. Cegah, it means prevent. Prevent what's penyakit, right? Hapuskan vektor berbahaya, right? So this is the kencing tikus. This is the penyakit. Cegah, it means prevent, which means a cara-cara, usaha-usaha, langkah-langkah yang harus dilakukan untuk mencegah penyakit kronik ataupun penyakit kencing tikus. So this one is your kata kunci. Got it? Got it on how we should get the TKKF? If yes, then we look at the question second. Question number 2. Same, read your soalan first. Okay. I give you 30 seconds. You go through, then you tell me what is the TKKF here. So guys, for this one, sebagai respon terhadap kandungan di atas, setiap individu mempunyai masalah tersendiri. Okey, perkara ini berlaku kerana kurangi ilmu dalam pengurusan emosi dan stres. Bincangkan kebaikan-kebaikan menguruskan emosi dalam kalangan remaja. So for this question, which one do you think is the kata kunci, the keywords? Which one? Yes, it is kebaikan. Okay, over here. So for the topic, it will be, menguruskan emosi dalam kalangan remaja. So which means the menguruskan emosi. Is there any format? No, there is just a normal karangan, it's no format. So the domains for this question is private, which is peripadik, because it's about remaja, emosi. Okay, question number 3. Petikan di artikel menyebutkan pelbagai bahan dan peralatan ICT. When you see ICT, then you know it's about technology. Bantu dalam proses pengajaran dan pembelajaran. Kepentingan-kepentingan teknologi dalam pendidikan. So you see, when it's come to the SPM levels, right, which is the Form 4 and Form 5 up, we will never suggest students to do the model paper, to do the questions based on the tema. I will ask you to spam on your model paper. Why to spam on your model paper? Technology and pendidikan basically they are different tema, but they will just combine together. So when it's come to the 4-5, your exam question, they will not just follow tema by tema, they will combine everything, especially for the karangan question. So this one, there is pendidikan and also technology. And then the topic, teknologi dalam pendidikan. Format, nah, okay, format is just a normal karangan. Last one. Okay, guys, last one, this one very easy. Tell me what is your format and also topic and also kata kunci, the TKKF for this question. So that I can make sure you are very clear with the technique. This is always the first step whenever you are doing karangan. So you tell me, the TKKF for this question is Lil cara. Exactly. So this will be the cara and also the jerabu. This is the kata kunci and this one is the topic. No, the berita, it means news. They're just telling you what. Petikan berita berikut. Which is this one. This is from a berita. Okay. The above information is for a berita. So the berita is actually referred to this one. It is not telling you to write out the berita format. Petikan berita berikut menjelaskan. Okay, so there is no formats for this question. So this is how we do the TKKF. Remember that? All right, so since we settled the TKKF, so the next thing, what I will discuss with you is about the techniques for you to write your karangan. I know your school teachers, a lot of you will teach using the textbook one, which is the Imbako. And that's what we will be doing right now is something similar. It's quite similar with the Imbako, okay, which is the SH1EK. So right now, let's try this one. Okay. What is our topics for the karangan bahan rangsangan, the pemimpin negara, and also we need to say is the cara-cara untuk mengenal jasa ataupun menghayati, menghargai jasa, okay? Menghargai jasa pemimpin negara. So first thing first, whenever we write pendahuluan, whenever we write pendahuluan, a little bit left. Okay. Okay, this one is the karangan technique. So this technique you can apply to bahagian A and also bahagian B. As long as it is karangan, this is karangan technique. So for the TYEK, what does it mean? T refers to topic. So topik, you will always jelaskan topik. For example, for this question, you may say pandangan terhadap pemimpin. Then the why means why. Jelaskan sebab berlakunya keadaan tersebut. Okay, jelaskan topik pandangan terhadap pemimpin. Maybe you can say that the pemimpins that will have like different, not to say difference. The pemimpins they might have some arguments, like we know in our parliament. They will have some arguments of all the pemimpin negara. Then jelaskan sebab berlakunya keadaan tersebut because they have like different point of view. So you may say something like, so let's say for this one, maybe so like okay. Kerana mereka ada pandangan yang berbeza, okay, jadi akan mencetuskan pergaduhan. On this one, it can be pandangan, perbezaan dalam pandangan pentadbiran. Okay, then after that, the next one, TY, then the next one is E. E, it means the effect. Effect, it means the kesan. So right now you can tell what is the kesan. So the K here, and the E here. Jelaskan kesan jika pemimpin negara disokong. What is the kesan if the leader is being supported by the people or supported by everyone? So for sure, example, like focus on the kebajikan, the welfare of the people. Okay, so for this one, let's say jadi kebajikan it means welfare, rakyat terjamin. Okay, then the last one, the K here is the kata kunci. So if it's for kata kunci, it means you will need to repeat the tajuk. So over here, the K, the last one, is the kata kunci. Salin tajuk. Tajuk, which means your kata kunci plus topic. Example, the last sentence maybe you can say is like, justru kita harus meneliti. Meneliti is observe and find out. Meneliti cara-cara untuk menghargai jasa, cara-cara untuk menghargai jasa pemimpin negara. So this is the kata kunci plus a topic. TYEK, this is how we use, regardless of whether this is a long essay or a short essay. The essay, okay, you may apply that. Then after the pendahuluan is the isi part. For isi, the technique we use is SHYEK. And that's what does it means by SHYEK. The S here is means isi. So you will need to tulis isi utama. And the H here, how? Bagaimanakah mereka menunjukkan kepimpinan? Okay, kepimpinan is means leadership. Bagaimanakah mereka menunjukkan kepimpinan? The why here, it means why. Mengapakah mereka dihormati? And this is the effect. The impact here, kesan jika pemimpin disokong. Lastly is the conclusive. Ulang semula isi utama. Basically, this is something same as your techniques in the textbook. The textbook they say is in baku, right? In baku, it means like isi, mengapa, bagaimana, kesan, and also ungkapan and ayat penegas. I show you over here. The I, it means isi, which is our S. The mengapa is why, our why. Bagaimana is our H. And then the kesan is our effect. And then the penegas, the ayat penegas, which is the conclusive over here. For the ungkapan, not necessary from, I don't really recommend my students go and memorize all the ungkapans and all that, okay? Because what is really matters is your teachers would like to know how are you going to construct a sentence, how are you going to explain it to huraikan, okay? So this is same as like the in baku, okay? The techniques in your textbook for the SHYEH. Then after that, after this one, the last one is the penutup. Penutup is always very easy. It's because penutup focus on cadangan harapan. Okay, penutup, I will teach my students the KCH. Because the first sentence is will always come to the conclusive, ayat conclusive. So for this one, the first K is the conclusive. Conclusive for the entire topic. Ayat conclusive untuk topik. And then the C is cadangan. Cadangan, it means suggestions. Why are you giving suggestions? Because you hope that would improve, become better. So for this cadangan, you will need a watak. And also cara, what they need to do, what the watak they need to do. For example, if I say this is amalan membaca, cara-cara untuk membuat amalan membaca, maybe the cadangan is like, ibu bapa harus menyediakan sudah bacaan kepada anak-anaknya di rumah. Okay, so this is ibu bapa is the watak, menyediakan sudah bacaan, this is cara. Then we come to the harapan, which is the H. Agar supaya anak-anak lebih meminati untuk membaca buku. So this one is the harapan, which is kesan positif. How many cadangans and how many harapans you will need to write? Okay, for your information, if it's a short essay, then I would recommend my students 1 cadangans and 1 harapan. If it's a long essay, bahagian B, then it's 2 cadangans and 2 harapan. Teacher, is it necessary to split it into ayat cadangans and ayat harapan? No. You can combine your cadangan and harapan like what I do. Ibu bapa harus menyediakan sudah bacaan untuk anak-anak di rumah agar anak-anak lebih mementingkan amalan ataupun lebih memahami kepentingan amalan membaca. Okay, so you may use the agar supaya untuk this term to connect the cadangan and harapan, to combine them together, not necessary to become an ayat cadangan and ayat harapan. Okay, so basically this is what we do for the karangan. Can I? Pendahuluan, isi, and also penutup. Up until here's for your kertas satu. Do you have any questions you want to clarify? Anything you want to clarify or anything you have blurs you want to chat with me? If yes, you may chat with me in the chat box. If no, I give you roughly about 3 minutes break. You may go to toilet or take some waters you like. Then after that, after the 3 minutes, I will move on with you on the kertas dua, how we should do the sistem bahasa the question and how we should answer the pemahaman question and also the rumusan question. Okay, so if you got no question, then you may go to breaks for about 3 minutes, toilet break. If you got any questions, please clarify me in the chat box. 455, okay, 455, I will continue with you. Anything, please clarify with me. Have one format only. What does you means by one format for the regular one? The normal one, no, you will have like the surat, laporan, rencana. All this is also considered as the format. Or what does you means by the formats, the regular one? Yes, that will have. So not really only one, laporan, rencana, syarahan, surat, email, sometimes can be. So all the formats, this is like what you learn from the primary school, and then what you learn from Form 1 to 3. Yeah, up to Form 5, they are the same, which is a regular one. Okay, they are the same. It's just that for your kertas satu, I mean like the bahagian A, right? Because it's only short essay, short essay 30 marks. So the formats it would always come out is like, for example, email. Email is one of it, and also like resume. Resume is really seldom to come out from the long essay because it's only 30 marks. It's very hard for resume to write up to 70 marks. So like emails, resume, rencana, surat, there is a possible to come out in kertas satu, bahagian A. Nope. The pendahuluan and the kesimpulan for each format you may apply the same thing. Because like, for example, like syarahan, you will start with like selamat sejahtera, saya ucapkan kepada tuan pengerusi majlis. And then tuan pengetua, dan the guru-guru yang berdedikasi, dan murid-murid yang dikasihi. So for this one, it's not the pendahuluan actually. This is part of the format. After you do the greetings, bertanya khabar, you will need to say like introduce yourself, the introductions of yourself, pengenalan diri. Saya dan your full name, Shirley, wakil or whatsoever lah, wakil daripada sekolah yang mana tu, ingin menyampaikan sebuah syarahan yang bertajuk, then this is the third word, so you need to tell the tajuk. So like for the syarahan, the format, the first one is bertanya khabar, pengenalan diri, and also tujuan. Tujuan is the tajuk. You need to mention what is the tajuk for your speech. This is format. Then after this one, you may start hadirin sekalian. Then your pendahuluan, isi 1, 2, 3, penutup. So the selamat sejahtera is not your pendahuluan. This is format. Okay. So for all the karangans, basically they are the same. For the pendahuluans, penutups, and also isi. This is how you can write. Did that answer your question? Clear? Okay, so 455 already. Let's move on and continue to your paper 2, kertas 2. I will teach you and share with you how you should answer all the questions. So for this is a techniques for your karangan, and then move on to the next one. Okay, look at this. Kertas dua, it is also in total jumlah 100 markah. But then there is like few part lah. Bahagian A is a system the aplikasi bahasa, mainly on your tata bahasa part. So look at the first question. The first question is the morphology. Yeah. The first question is the morphology. So for morphology, they wanted to test you on the golongan kata, jenis kata, right? Okay. So what is really important is that, look at this one. Arahan is always very, very important, which is this. Please read your arahan each time when you're answering the question because they would have different requirements every time. Let's say right now, they want you to look for dua kata adjective and also dua acronym. But sometimes in exam, they can also just ask you to look for tiga kata nama, full stop. Okay? And then please remember, you will need to bina ayat. Bina ayat, how long the sentence to be? About 10 words. 10 patah perkataan. Not too long because it's not an essay. Not too short because you're secondary school, no longer primary school. Adjective, you know lah. Adjective is to describe ma. So besar, cantik, kacak, kecil. All this is kata adjective. It's used to describe, for description. And then for acronyms. Acronym, it is like a short form like that. It's either the gabungan perkataan, gabungan huruf awal perkataan, atau suku kata. What does this mean? For example, for our acronym, we have jenama. Because jenama, it means jenis nama. And then we have also like SPM. SPM, it means Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia. Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia. This is SPM. This is acronym. So the acronym is this one and this one. Example. So in exam, you will need to find out and then to bina ayat about 10 words. But how are you going to represent your answer? Found the answers from here. How are you going to represent that? Okay, there is two ways. You may write in this way. Either you say then it's two ma. So kata adjective 1, 2. Then acronym 1, 2. Okay, either like this. After that's the bina ayat. Okay, the words chosen and then the bina ayat. Something like this. So in total, you will have like 4 sentences. This is not 6 marks. This should be 8 marks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 words you will need to construct 4 sentences. Each sentence 1 mark. So in total for this part, it will be 8 marks. After that, if you don't want to write in this way, maybe you may consider another way because some of the school teachers that will also mention to their students when their students to draw a table. When their students draw a table to do that. So let's say this is how they do. Okay, they have a table. So over here, kata adjective. Acronym. So your first, second, in total, 4 sentences, 4 words. This one, we move on over here. Is it necessary to draw the table? No, 2 ways also can accept, but if your school teachers that got specifically mentions there weren't tables in the exam, then yes, you need to follow. SPM 2 also can. For the table, it is just for the neatness and also your teachers want it or not. Yes, you must write 4 ayats. Why? Because there was 2 kata adjective and then 2 acronym. So you will need to bina ayat for each term that you choose. That's why you need to have 4 ayat. So let's say if this time they ask you just to write, just to find out tiga kata adjective sahaja. 3 kata adjective, then it will be 6 mark. Why? 3 kata adjective, each word's 1 mark, and then the ayat, the sentence that construct based on each term. Then 1, 2, 3 in total 6 mark. Okay, so how many words that we need to look for? It's equal to how many sentences you need to construct. Clear? If you clear, then I will move on to the next one, which is the bina ayat part. Okay, teacher, when we say about bina ayat, how should we do that? If you really got no ideas how you should bina ayat up, then you may use this term. Watak. Watak plus the kata kerja and also the keterangan. Keterangan is means like explanation. Keterangan is means explanations for rakyat. So how are you going to use the keterangan? You may use KUS. What it means by KUS? Kerana, untuk, supaya, agar. Okay, the KUS. I give you a sentence that I construct right now. Okay, let's look at the petikan. There was kata adjective. Okay, I found one. Erat. Erat is also kata adjective. It means close, very close relationship. Hubungan dengan erat. So erat is the kata adjective. So right now, I found erat 1 mark. I need to bina ayat construct sentence so I can get another mark. Watak. Then I just say kita. Harus. What do we need to do? Mengamalkan. This is kata kerja. Hubungan yang erat. Not mengamalkan. I should say mengekalkan. Mengamalkan is to practice. To maintain. Kita harus mengekalkan hubungan yang erat dalam masyarakat. You cannot stop like this. Use the keterangan agar keharmonian negara terjamin. So this is how we do. Watak, kata kerja, and also the keterangan. Kita harus mengekalkan hubungan yang erat dalam masyarakat. Keterangan agar keharmonian negara terjamin. Clear? So this is how we do the morphology part. If you got no ideas on how to bina ayat, then you may use this way. Okay. Then the next one, the syntaxis. Syntaxis, this is how they will usually test you on the ayat majmuk, ayat tunggal, ayat pasif, ayat aktif, ayat songsang, ayat biasa, subject, predicates. Okay. So for this one, tulis 2 ayat tunggal. Bagi 3 ayat majmuk yang anda pilih, you will need to choose 3 ayat majmuk and then split into 2 ayat tunggal. First thing first, may I know what is ayat majmuk? How you identify whether this is ayat majmuk or not? What is the characteristic? Exactly, kata hubung. So for kata majmuk, you will have kata hubung. So what is kata hubung? For example, dan, atau, lalu, sambil, or this. Okay, I give a very simple example. Ali pergi ke sekolah. Siti pergi ke sekolah. This is ayat tunggal. So when you combine together, Ali dan Siti pergi ke sekolah. That is done, right? So this is ayat majmuk. Okay, Ali pergi ke sekolah, Siti pergi ke sekolah. This is ayat tunggal. Whenever you combine, that is done. That one is ayat majmuk. So ayat tunggal tak ada kata hubung. Okay. Then next one. Look at this. How are you going to present and do in exam? So let us do together for the first sentence is this. For this sentence, which one is the kata hubung? Any ideas for this sentence? Which one is the kata hubung? Exactly, walaupun. Okay. So how do we do? You see the templates here. So this is like the first question. Of course, in exam, they don't have something like this. So please, you need to do it yourself. In exam, they just blank. So for this sentence, you copy down. And then the ayat tunggal. You start with semua tingkap. Blah, 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 blah. Sekeluarga. Buat sekeluarga dibuka. Okay, then the second one, hening pagi. Hening is means quiet. So hening pagi is means a very quiet moment until sekeluarga. So in exam, this is how you present your answer. Then just move on with the second sentence and the third sentence. Okay, so in exam, this is how you do. Okay, then look at the third one. We finish the syntaxis. For the rest, you may do it and try it yourself and then to get the answers from the QR codes. This is how show you how you should present in the exam only. Okay, penyuntingan. For penyuntingan, they got two types. It's either they were split into two passages like this question. Oh, no. The AM is not walaupun. The AM here is like the walaupun until sekeluarga. You need to show what is the ayat masmuk. You show the ayat masmuk, and then from the ayat masmuk, you split into two ayat tunggal. Okay, not just the walaupun. Walaupun is just a kata hubungan. So you will need to show them which one is the ayat masmuk first. Then after that, from this sentence, split into two sentences. Can I? Okay. So the penyuntingan, there is actually two patterns. One is like what is in your nota, which is like the petikan 1, petikan 2. The other one, there will just lump sums everything in a paragraph. In a paragraph, you will have likely about 11 to 13 kesalahan. So it's like this. And as for penyuntingan, whenever it's come to penyuntingan, there is 4 category. I mentioned to you just already, ejaan, tata bahasa, imbuhan, and the last one is istilah. Okay, for this one, istilah is the most challenging part. Ejaan is the most easiest one. So every time when you do penyuntingan, go and make sure is there any kesalahan ejaan. For the kesalahan ejaan, you need to score all correct. There is no difference of like kesalahan ejaan, tata bahasa, imbuhan, istilah. Because when you from 1, 2, 3, they're split into two, kesalahan bahasa and kesalahan ejaan. But when you go to 4, 5, they are all under penyuntingan kesalahan. Okay, so your penyuntingan, your kesalahan, they do include this one, kesalahan bahasa. They do include ejaan as well. All this form. So ejaan, you need to score it. And then for istilah. Istilah is basically something that you will need to, how should I say that? Common sense and also brush up your kosakata. Why? Example. If I give you the example. Adik makan di tandas. So for sure, you know the tandas is wrong. What tandas is what? Toilet. Why is it someone's eating in the toilet? So you know that tandas is wrong. You need to change to either the living room, ruang tamu, or maybe the canteen. So adik makan di canteen. Adik makan di ruang tamu. This makes sense. Okay. So the tandas is totally wrong. So this would be like a common sense you will need. Okay. So for this part, how are you going to present when you write out the answer, not just to provide the pembetulan, you will need to provide the kesalahan, what is wrong, and then to show your teachers what is your correction. So if you want to make it something more clean, clear, and neat, you may draw a table. And then from the table, this is a kesalahan part, and this is the pembetulan part. In exam, you may present in this way in a table. Then teacher, is it necessary for us to draw a table? No, it just makes it more neat. Okay, it's just for your teachers to mark. If you don't want to do it in a table, you may also do it in this way. Like let's say this is a kesalahan ejaan. This is a correct one. Then continue, move on. Second, third. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4. So this is how we present the answers for the penyuntingan. Okay, for penyuntingan, any problem so far? You know what? This is easier. Latihan, you may try it. Answers provided. So if there is anything you don't understand, teacher, I don't understand why is it like this. Why is the answer to be in this way? Then you may ask me. Okay, you may text me. Okay. Since I remember, I give you my phone number first. So anything regarding the seminars or any questions regarding the seminars then you may text me and ask me. Yeah? Okay, let us move on to the next one, which is the BMS part. BMS, the translation. Okay. Like remember I told you just now, the translation part, the BMS is all about the prosa traditional. So the prosa traditionals, you will have one in Form 4 and the other one in your Form 5. So you just need to make sure that you are very familiar with the jalan cerita, the storyline, and then also who is the watak. Siapakah watak utama dan watak-watak yang terdapat dalam prosa tradisional tersebut. Okay, so for BMS, we need to translate from the Bahasa Melayu Klasik and then move on to the Bahasa Melayu Standard. Bahasa Melayu Standard is what we understand and also know kesalahan bahasa. Bahasa Melayu Klasik, there is a lot of kesalahan bahasa. Okay. All right. So how are we going to do that? There is few steps you need to take note of. The first step, cari watak. Find out in the sense, in these particles, because I extracted out from the prosa tradition. So in this specific particles paragraph, who is the watak? Who is the watak? Like for this one, who is the watak here? Temenggung. Okay, Temenggung is the watak. Then the second. Cari kata kerja. And what is the kata kerja here? Sembah. Sembah, which means like go and meet up or go see. Okay, go and meet up with the kings or go and see the kings because you got some things you wanted to report. Okay, so this is sembah, kata kerja. Then the third one. Bina ayat, watak, and kata kerja, and also keterangan. What is keterangan? It means the explanations, right? So for the keterangans, maybe you can use the terms like KUS. Kerana, untuk, supaya. Just like how you bina ayat. Kerana, untuk, supaya. And then the last step, you need to make sure, pastikan, tata bahasa adalah betul. You need to make sure that the tata bahasa that you use is correct. Why? Watak, Temenggung. But that's when you write in the sentence, you cannot say Temenggung sembah. Okay, you should say like seterusnya Temenggung menyembah. Menyembah siapa? Menyembah, and then you say Daulat Tuan Shah Alam. Patik menyuruh orang berkawan semalam tadi, seorang pun tak bertemu. Okay, seorang pun tidak berjumpa. So this is the tata bahasa. You cannot write sembah. It need to be menyembah. This is how you need to make sure the tata bahasa. And then one last thing. For your BMS, you will always see this term marker, harta. Marker and harta is means that after that's like that, okay, after that. But there is two different types. Lalu. This is kemudian or seterusnya. Okay, what does this mean now? If you realize that your marker and harta is at the beginnings of a sentence, just like this, then you may use it to replace harta. It means so marker and harta, they are the same. Marker and harta, they are the same. You will see all these terms in the BMS. It means so what? Then you will need to replace it with kemudian and seterusnya if it's in the beginnings of a sentence. But if you realize the marker harta is actually at the middle of a sentence, example, then you will need to use lalu. Okay, marker and harta, they are the same. It means so. Lalu, kemudian seterusnya. But when it's beginning of a sentence, kemudian seterusnya, be the lalu. Is it necessary for you to include this or translate to lalu, kemudian seterusnya? Last time is still okay. But right now, the school teacher is very particular on this term. Whenever they see there is marker, harta, or this term, they want you to auto-translate to either these three. Okay, it's a compulsory for them. If you never translate, maybe they will give you wrong or deduct your marks. So you need to check with the school teacher. Okay, because sometimes not necessary you need to translate all the marker and harta. It doesn't bring any meaning. But some of the school teachers, they're very particular. So you need to double check. Okay, Bahasa Melayu standards. Do you have any issue and problems for this? No? All good? Okay. If no, then we shall continue. Okay? If no, then we will continue. Look at the next one. Okay, for peribahasa questions, there will come up peribahasa that in a textbook. So if you wanted to score on this part, then you will need to refer to your textbook. Okay, whatever peribahasa that included in the textbook. For this one, it's about 6 marks. Sometimes it's 4 marks, sometimes it's 6 marks. Okay. And then the next part, bahagian B. Bahagian B is the pemahaman. So for pemahaman got 3 questions. One is the petikan umum, the petikan moderns, and then the komsas. After that is a nota. Every time when you do the petikan, the pemahaman parts, the first step is not for you to read the petikan. No. What is the first thing first is to read the question. The first step is for you to read the question first, then only you go and get the answers from the petikan. Let us analyze the question up. So for your pemahaman, question 6 and 7, the patterns of the questions, basically they are the same. For the first question, they always ask you about the maksud. Okay, they always ask you about the maksud. So whenever they ask you about the maksud, remember, no ayat tergantung, full sentence. Berdasarkan bahan satu, efisien dan efektif, bermaksud marks. Please remember, always write in full sentence. Okay, jangan biarkan sebagai ayat tergantung. Tak boleh ayat tergantung. You cannot just write out the answer. No, full sentence. First question is always maksud. Second sentence always berdasarkan petikan, based on the article. So you can always find the answers from the petikan itself. Berdasarkan semua bahan. Okay, So you have petikan 1, petikan 2. So you need to get the answers from both petikans, both bahan, not only one out. Senaraikan cara. So how you do that berdasarkan semua bahan, cara yang boleh dilaksanakan untuk mengurangkan pencemaran alam sekitar termasuklah, ialah, adalah. So what is that? Okay, so please make sure it is in a full sentence. Then number 3 and number 4, this is a K-back question. Pada pendapat anda, jelaskan peran. 3 and 4 is usually a K-back question, but I need you to take notes on questions 4. Because questions 4, although it is K-back, they will give you a case scenario. Okay, they will give you a case scenario for your K-back question. Question 3 will relate to the petikans, but sometimes question 4, no. It is not related to the petikans in a case scenario. So you will need to base on the case scenario and give an appropriate answer. This is question 4. How are you going to answer? Let's say there is 4 marks, right? Jelaskan peranan yang boleh dilakukan oleh ibu bapa untuk memastikan pendidikan awak ini terlaksana. Okay, so what ibu bapa they can do? How are you going to write? You need to have 2 isi. What the ibu bapa they can do? Why they do so? 2 huraian. 2 isi, 2 huraian. Why they do so? Okay, this is very important. And then, huraian, it means like, how are you going to write? Let's say you say, ibu bapa harus blah, 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 supaya agar kerana untuk all this. So, same thing. Huraian, it means a keterangan. To use the KUS, kerana, untuk, supaya, agar. Remember, you must have a huraian for your K-back question now. Cannot just give them the point if you want to score the marks, high marks. Isi and also huraian. Not necessary to be 4 sentences, because your isi you can connect with the KUS, become 1 sentence. Isi huraian, also no problem. Make sure that in full sentences. Right, until here. Any questions for the pemahaman part? Because the Komsas one also the same. The patterns on how they ask about the pemahaman question. Ching Ching, any question? Are you still with me or are you blurred? Cannot? Okay, good. So for this one, the Komsas question, same thing. The first question as maksud. The second question berdasarkan semua bahan. It means that based on the articles, you are able to find the answers to get the answer. Then number 3, pada pendapat. Number 4 also. Pada pendapat. Okay, so this is the K-back questions. The first one maksud, the second one berdasarkan petikan, 3, 4 K-back. Cannot, if no problems, move on. Novel. Do you need a toilet break later after novel? Or I can move on to the rumusan. Rumusans, I will teach a little bit details for that. How we should do the rumusans and how we should analyze the question. So do you need a break, like 3 minutes break after we finish the novel? Then before we move on to the rumusan. Yes or no? Talk to me, huh? Okay, someone need to wash your face. Keep you awake, right? Very sleepy, right? Someone no need. If no need, then you talk to me if you got question. Okay, after I finish the novel, I give you a 3-minute break. So you go to wash your face. Make sure you are awake because for rumusan, I need coffee also. Okay, because for rumusan, that one you must score. Okay, if you wanted to no matter you wanted to pass your paper or you wanted to up the grades or whatsoever, rumusan is the part that you must secure at least 25 and above out of 30. Okay, so for the novel, Alright, novel that was split into two questions, the first and the second question. The first question is about 4 marks and the second question is 6 marks. And then for the 4 marks question, it's berdasarkan petikan, meaning to say the answer is given in the petikan. You just open big your eyes, then you will be able to get the answer. Berdasarkan petikan. But one thing I need to tell you, because like for the wilayah persekutuan, what is the novels we learned from 4 is Lieutenant Adnan's right? But then, please bear in mind, for the first questions of the novel, it can be novels from other zones in which you never read that before. Mungkin dari zon yang berlainan. It can be, my dear. Okay, it can be, but no worries because your answer is berdasarkan petikan. So no matter how you are able to get the answers from the passage itself, okay, you can get the answer. So the next one. Okay, this is the one. This one, jawab soalan di bawah berdasarkan nova-nova yang berikut. You choose whichever you learn according to your zone. So for like wilayah persekutuan, we learn Lieutenant Adnan. Okay, berdasarkan sebuah novel yang Anda pelajari, jelaskan sikap-sikap watak utama yang Anda gemari itu. So this is what they want. Okay. Question 6 marks. They never say how many sikap, so how are you going to interpret that? Okay. Satu isi, satu huraian. Huraian, it means the contoh and bukti. Since there is 6 marks, so 3 isi plus 3 huraian. So the huraian here, it means the contoh from the jalan cerita, which is the story, or we can say bukti. Contohnya, buktinya. Okay, what happened? Teacher, what if a same contoh and same bukti, it can share for like 2 perwatakan? Can I use that? No, don't think so much. You cannot. Okay, you may need to give and apply different contoh and bukti for each watak. Okay, I mean like the sikap, for each sikap, for the watak utama. This is the first thing you need to know. Okay, then how many paragraphs for you to answer? Actually, right, if you wanted to lump sum everything in only 1 paragraph, you are also correct. But if you wanted to make your teacher's life easier, satu isi satu perengan also can. Okay, there can be either satu perengan, satu isi, or gabung semua. Dalam satu perengan juga betul. Both of it's also correct. And then one thing, because I realized a lot of students are, they will, teachers, we need to write full sentence, cannot ayat tergantung, right? Yeah, so berdasarkan sebuah novel yang saya pelajari, dan sikap-sikap watak utama yang saya gemari itu wrong. Where is the novel? So you may say berdasarkan sebuah novel yang saya pelajari, write it out. Lieutenant Adnan Wirabangsa karya Abdul Talib. Then please remember, after this, berdasarkan sebuah novel yang saya pelajari, Lieutenant Adnan Wirabangsa karya Abdul Talib, no full stop, okay? You need to comma because you have these words, berdasarkan. If you has like based on blah, 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 you need to continue, you need to tell what is the story after that. So the most safest part for you to write, you may start off berdasarkan sebuah novel yang saya pelajari. And then Lieutenant Adnan Wirabangsa karya Abdul Talib, comma, sikap-sikap utama yang saya gemari dalam novel tersebut termasuk, you write it out, okay, comma. But if you scared, teacher, what if I accidentally put a full stop over it? Then you may write this way, novel yang telah saya pelajari, or kaji, also can. Then write out the name. Nama buku, the author name. Yeah, then you can full stop. Okay, then you can full stop, continue. Sikap-sikap watak utama yang saya gemari dalam novel tersebut termasuk. If you wanted to stop. So this is a general. And please remember, this is a must. This sentence is a must. Because if you never write this sentence, you direct write out the sikap-sikap watak utama and then to give all the contoh. Your teachers can also give you all wrong and you got 0 marks, huh? Because this sentence is compulsory. You need to say, you need to write it out. What is the sikap-sikap watak utama from which novel? This is compulsory because there is so many selection here. Teachers, from the contoh and bukti, I already say maybe it's a Lieutenant Adnan's what happened. So it's very obvious it's Lieutenant Adnan novel's what? Yeah, it's very obvious, but this is compulsory. So if you never write this sentence out, your teacher also have the right to give you all wrong. Even if you are all correct, but your teachers have the right don't give you the marks. Okay, so remember this one very, very super important. Remember to write the sentence. You can start with berdasarkan sebuah novel. You can also start with novel yang telah saya pelajari. But make sure berdasarkan sebuah novel, you continue the story. You don't full stop after you write out the alternate. Okay, so this is the things that you need to take notes for that. Very, very important. Okay, all right. So I give you about 3 minutes break until 5:35. If you want to go wash your face, go toilets, drink some water to keep you awake, go ahead. 5:35, I will continue with the rumusan. For rumusan, it's very important. Out of 30, you need to get 25 and above. Okay, go, go, go. Later we come back, 5:35, yeah? Any questions you want to answer also here? I know, Ashton. I know, Ashton. So yeah, maybe you may ask me this and I can answer you the questions during the class, because this video, we will post it at the YouTube. Yeah, so everyone can read that. So I need to jaga a bit. But we started already, what? I mean, like this week we started Lieutenant Anand. So next week we will continue with the part 2, then we are done with that. Yeah, I know you like got BM and then BI together is a language paper. The seminar memang like this lah, my dear. You're actually also very tired though. But yeah, talk to me so that we can chit chat. You go to get some coffee, yeah, my dear, so that you can keep it awake. So we continue 5:35, yeah. Okay, guys, is everyone here? I believe yes, Okay. Let's continue for your rumusan part. Next one, bahagian B. So remember for your novel, this one, this sentence, super duper important. You need to include that. Okay, last part. Yes, we can do this. The last part already for rumusan. All right. So what's the main difference for your rumusans when you go to the SPM levels and Form 1, 2, 3? In Form 1, 2, 3, the rumusan, they will tell you what they want you to find, right? And then you just read the soalans and then you know what you need to get from the petikan. But for your SPM level, so sorry, they will never tell you that. You will need to identify the focus by yourself. The focus, which is like what you need to write for that. Okay, what is the entire petikan talking about? 1, 2, 3. Example, they will tell you, okay, they will ask you to write the cara-cara untuk membuat amalan membaca. But when you go to 4, 5, you will need to identify whether they are talking about the cara-cara or the kebaikan. Okay? So for this one, remember, not more than, okay? Tidak melebihi. You cannot write more than 120. The max is 120 for rumusan. Rumusan means a summary. So, from here, they ask you to baca petikan first, right? What is the purpose for you to baca petikan? Get the focus. Some of the school teachers, they will say kata kunci. Okay. To find the focus, which is the kata kunci. Then, teacher, how are we going to know whether this is our focus or kata kunci for this rumusans or not? The criteria is you will need to have a minimum 2 isi. Minimum 2 isi to make sure that this is your focus. Okay, let's say, for example, let's go through the question now. Teacher, do we need to read the pendakulan? Can we just skip up? If you got no time, running out of time, please spend about 30 minutes to 45 minutes for your rumusan. Okay, 30 minutes like that at least. But if you're running out of time, maybe you can hold the pendahuluan first. You may just skip the pendahuluan and start from the paragraph 2 first. If you've really got no time, but I didn't recommend because sometimes your points will also be repeated at the first paragraph, which is the pendahuluan. So right now, let us go through together on how are we going to identify this is your focus or not. Pada era pasca merdeka ini, pasca it means after, okay, after the merdeka. Negara kita semakin disanjung tinggi, dihormati. Disanjung tinggi, dihormati ya, oleh negara-negara lain. Teacher, what is this? Is there any point here? No. This is just a short introduction. This is pengenalan. Short introduction, this is pengenalan. So this is not the isi, not the focus. Hal ini demikian kerana negara kita berjaya mencapai kemajuan dalam pelbagai aspek. Hal ini demikian kerana. So this is explanation. Explains further introduction. Okay, very obvious. This is huraian. Huraian cannot. Why? Rumusan only isi. Tak ada huraian. Tak ada contoh. I go through with you on how do we identify this is a focus first, then later I will give you some brief introductions of your entire rumusan. Last one, I will attach templates for you, how you should write your rumusan now, okay? Then after that, malahan. Malahan, it means even, moreover, teacher. So this one, is this easier? No, you already explained the huraian. Then after that, you explain again. Malaysia berjaya mengukir nama di persada dunia. Persada dunia it means worldwide. So this is also huraian. Dalam hal ini, Malaysia telah memanfaatkan industri pelancongan bagi merealisasikan impian negara. This is huraian. Dalam hal ini mah, so what they do loh. Antara keunikan yang terdapat di Malaysia ialah rakyat yang terdiri daripada pelbagai kaum dan hidup bersatu padu. Teacher, keunikan specialty istimewa. Is this? Yes, this can be, but let's see. Okay, this one is keunikan. Keistimewaan, keunikan. So write out keunikan number 1. So if there is keunikan number 2, then this is your focus. Hal ini mampu menarik pelancong luar untuk bertandang ke negara kita. This is right. Oleh itu, so kita perlu berusaha untuk mengekalkan perpaduan kaum ini. Okay, this is ayat penegas. To emphasize on the isi. Emphasize on the pelbagai kaum dan hidup bersatu padu. This is ayat penegas. This is not your focus. Okay, never mind, move on. Let's see perenggan kedua. Dalam konteks ini, terdapat beberapa faktor mendorong kemasukan pelancong luar negara kita, termasuklah faktor kemudahan pengangkutan yang semakin maju. Is this the one? Yes. This is the, because there is faktor. Okay. Jadi yang ni ada faktor pertama. But from this sentence, I know that factor is my focus for this question for sure, because I know that the factor, it will be more than one. Why? I haven't read the rest. Why do I know that factor for sure is my focus? How do I know that? Only from this sentence, I already know that factors will be the focus. How do we know that? From which terms I see that? Focus a bit. Exactly. Terdapat beberapa faktor. Beberapa, it means more than once, right? Beberapa, it means more than one. So meaning to say the factor in this particular, they will have more than one. So I know that in this question, my rumusan, factor would be my focus because they mentioned beberapa faktor. So I got the first factor, then I continue. Antara kemudahan pengangkutan, this is definitely not. Why? Because everything here is what? Contoh. So this is definitely not. Then the next one. Pada masa yang sama, kemudahan membeli belah yang disediakan juga menggalakkan pelancong berkunjung ke Malaysia. Okay? Kemudahan membeli belah yang disediakan. It's also encourage the pelancong come and visit. So this is another one. Kemudahan membeli belah. So this is a second point. Yang ni isi pertama, yang ni isi kedua untuk faktor. So right now I know that's my focus. For the point here. The focus is what? Faktor mendorong kemasukan. Everything's from the petikan. This one. Pelancong luar ke negara, ke Malaysia. So this is the first one. Okay. So this is how are we going to identify, to filters whether this is your focus, this is your EC for your focus or not. Okay, whether this is the EC or not. So the rest, you may do it. We will provide the answer. Okay, we will provide the answers for you. So this is bahan satu, remember. Remember that is bahan dua. Bahan dua is the graphic. Teacher, just pictures, how is going to know? You need to construct your own sentence, but using the information given. Okay, the factor is about mendorong, mengalahkan pelancong luar negara ke Malaysia, right? Datang ke Malaysia. Okay, then this one. What is this? That is OKU here. Okay, this is ferry. Ferry. Bicycle. This is the train. Wi-Fi. Everything here is like what? Pengangkutan awam ataupun Kemudahan awam. Exactly, the pengangkutan. So what is this? Okay, just now the factor is like to encourage people come. So in order to encourage people come, we need to do something more. Okay, about the kemudahan pengangkutan, cara, langkah usaha. Langkah-langkah, cara-cara untuk memajukan sektor pelancongan Malaysia. Full stop. So what is the cara? What is the cara? What is the methods in order to memajukan? Okay, we have what's over here, or this thing, kemudahan. Kemudahan awam. Menaik taraf kemudahan awam di Malaysia seperti bas awam or that. Then after that, the second one, keselamatan. You see, if we wanted to like improve and also attract other people come to our country, safety is very important also, right? Is perkhidmatan a good alternative option? Perkhidmatan, because in the pictures here, they never mentions like the perkhidmatan, the services. Of course, perkhidmatan it can be, but you need to like relate to the picture. You need to relate to the graphic. They never mention services over here, but they mentions like, you know, the Wi-Fi. All of this is like the kemudahan infrastructure. That's why we write kemudahan. Okay. Then this one is the keselamatan. So the second one is what? The keselamatan. No? Then keselamatan, example, we may like enhance or improve the sistem pertahanan negara. Memperkasa sistem pertahanan negara. Minimum 2 EC to be as your focus. 1, 2, cara, settle. So for the rumusan is a factor dan juga cara for this one. Settle. You got all the point. But right now is the problems on how are you going to deliver? I mean, like present your answer. Improve the Wi-Fi to 5G. Also can, which is menaik taraf kemudahan awam. Menaik taraf, it means like to increase the standards, to improve. 5G, I think some of the areas that have already, some selected area, okay? Okay, so right now, so you have a brief ideas on that. So I give you a conclusion, a summaries whenever you do your rumusan. Look at the summary here. Let's do a summary together. Then the last part, I will project to you the templates on how you should write the rumusan out. 12 minutes, okay? Hang on. Okay. A brief ones and the conclusions for your entire rumusan. Rumusans, how many marks? 30 marks, you will need to get, please secure at least 25 and above. And this 30 marks, 20s will go to the EC part. Why is it the EC part? EC, you will split into 3. Pendahuluan, EC, and the penutup. So, pendahuluan is carry 2 marks, penutup also 2 marks, and the EC, it will carry 16 marks. How many ECs you will need to write? 8 EC. Because each EC will carry 2 marks, so in total 16. Plus up all together, 20. The next one is a 10%. The 10% is the bahasa. What does this mean by bahasa? You see, we got 8 EC here, meaning to say you will need to combine the sentences together by using penanda wacana. Tata bahasa, please remember for your rumusan, if your teachers never mentions you need to change to synonym, don't change anything. Copy exactly like the petikan just to make sure the sentence is smooth. Okay, copy and paste from your petikan, don't change anything. So the bahasa here is one focus, one paragraph, but you need to combine all the ECs for same focus in a paragraph. Satu isi, satu ayat. Jadi macam mana guna penanda wacana? Satu isi satu ayat lah. So you will need to use the penanda wacana ya. So the bahasa marks here, which is the penanda wacana. Later I will project to you which penanda wacana you can use, because not all the penanda wacana you can use. Why? For your rumusan, only isi, no huraian, no contoh. So like justru, oleh itu, you cannot use. Contohnya, you also cannot use, because you can only have isi. So you can only use the penanda wacana for isi only. Okay? Then the step when you do the first one, to read the petikan law, like what we do just now. Read the petikans and also the bahan grafik. One more thing, your bahan grafik, it can become puisi. Sajak, syair. Yes, not necessary to be the bahan grafik. It can become puisi. Remember, what is the purpose of reading that? To find your focus. After that, number 2, to find the focus. So the focus is what we did at the very first moment. Remember, we have an entire page for the kata kunci. That one is the focus. You need to read through each sentences to check which kata kunci that belongs to. And then how can it become your focus? If there is minimum of 2 isi for that. 2 cara, 2 faktor, 2 kesan, then yes. Okay. So for the focus, normally we will have either 2 focus or 3 focus. Can it come to 4 focus? Yes. Why? I told you already, ma. What is the conditions and criteria for them to become your focus? Minimum 2 EC from the same category. Then you will have 8 EC here. So it can be like 2, 2, 2, 2, 8. Okay? Meaning to say you can go up to 4 focus. But normally it's 2 or 3. How many paragraph? 1 focus, 1 paragraph. Pendahuluan, penutup, 1. So if it's 2 focus, 4 paragraph. If it's 3 focus, 5 paragraph. Can I remember that up? And also remember, all right. Then the next part. Teacher, minimum 2 EC for 1 focus. Then how am I going to combine all the focus and how can I get the 8 EC, 8 EC? Okay, let's imagine, let's take this as example. 2 focus, huh? So you have pendahuluan. Okay, then you have focus. Focus you will have 2, right? Focus 1, focus 2. Then you have penutup. Okay, over here in total 4 paragraph. All right. So your focus 1, focus 2, jumlah 8 isi, right? Okay. So jumlah 8 isi, how are you going to do the combinations and the calculations work? Example, focus 1 tambah focus 2, in total jumlah 8 isi. So the combinations you can do in this way. No matter how 6 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 3 plus 5, 2 plus 6, it will eventually come to 8. So this is how you choose the EC. As long as in total 8 and each one minimum you need to have 2. So this is how we do the calculation. Okay, and remember one last part, one last thing. 25 marks and above for your rumusan. Can I? Any things you want to clarify? If not, then I will project to you the penulisan, technique penulisan, how you can write it up. Take a technique. Show you this one. Can I? Okay, then look at this one. You can take a screenshot of pictures of that. Teknik penulisan. Okay, so this is it. Yeah, rumusan in total is 30, my dear. So please get at least 25 and above. Okay, you see, if you get the focus wrong, so you will not get the marks for the, see, if you get the focus wrong, let's say you get the first focus wrong, and the first focus you will have about, you write about 4 easy. So this one you write 4, this one you write 4. Okay, you write 4. So over here, you will lose about 8 marks. Okay, and then this focus, you write it wrongly, you will lose about 1 mark. Roughly about that. Okay, roughly about that. As long as your tema is correct, then penutup, no problem. So you will get about, you will lose about 10 marks. But depends on how are you going to distribute the allocations, you know. Like I told you just now, the 6, 2, 5, 3, that one. If let's say the focus you got it wrong, you write about 6 easy for that. And the correct one, you write about 2. So over here, only the easy, you will be deduct 12 marks already because 1 easy, 2 marks. And then you got 6 easy here. Okay, so that one 12 plus 1, about 13. About 13 to 15 marks, you will be losing. What if you got the tajuk wrong? So sorry. The entire rumusan is gone. Tajuk, which means the tema. Which is the tema. You will never get the tema wrong actually. You just need to focus on the, you need to pay attention on the focus. Very hard for you to get the tajuk wrong. Because for each petikana, for sure they will have one specific tajuk. Every time you're reading seperengan, for sure they will have one specific tema they are discussing. So that was very obvious. It's just about the focus. So remember, pendahuluan rumusan ini membincangkan fokus 1, fokus 2. Okay, just like the example just now. Rumusan ini membincangkan faktor mendorong kemasukan pelancong luar ke Malaysia dan cara-cara untuk memupuk, cara-cara untuk memajukan sektor pelancongan. So over here, 2 marks. Dan salin fokus 1. Faktor mendorong kemasukan pelancong luar ke Malaysia termasuklah kopi. Okay, then this one also the same. What is the cara? Please remember, this is the penanda wacana I told you. You may use all this penanda wacana. This is for the easy. Okay, and also 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1 more. Bukan itu sahaja. There is 7 penanda wacanas you may use. Like this 7 for sure is correct for easy part. Okay, 7 penanda wacana. And lastly is the format. Please remember your rumusan. You must follow this format. Die, you need to follow. If you never follow the format, no matter how good you write, your teachers will never give you marks because for rumusan, format, the penutup, there is format, 2 marks. Kesimpulannya, the tema, which is a tajuk lah. Over here is what? Industri pelancongan lah. Perlulah cadangan supaya ada harapan. Okay, so all these terms you must have. Teacher, can I replace perlulah with haruslah? Harus, can? Can, no problem. This no problem, but you must have supaya ada or that. And please remember, this is an ayat passive. Okay, this is ayat passive. Yes, correct, Lily. Correct. Like pelancong luar, kemasukan pelancong luar ke Malaysia, this is like what? Industri pelancongan, pelancongan. Okay, so it's about pelancongan, it's a tema. Yes, correct, Kang Jun. The harapan, kesan positif, this is your own thought. Okay, this is your own thought. But the patterns you need to present in this way, and this is the ayat passive. Okay, can I? Whoa, so true the timing. All right, if you got any questions regarding the rumusans or any other parts for your BM, then please clarify with me in the chat box. So we are done for the days for the seminar. So we go through everything and we will upload these videos in our YouTube, which is TTC official YouTube channel. So if you need to like replace, then you may go there and then replace the video. Okay, so for the nota, the answer, please, the answer, please scan the QR code. Anything, please ask me in the chat box. Thank you so much. This is Jenny. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you when I see you.